advocates introduction of skills acquisition in Nigeria's educational system as Department of Fine and Applied Arts, University of Calabar, holds exhibition. Plus, correspondence on special assignments brings expectations of Nigerians on blue economy and viability of Calabar ports. Details and more shortly. A very good evening to you and welcome to the news. I am Justina Etam. As unemployment continues to rise in alarming magnitude, stakeholders are advocating introduction of skills acquisition in the nation's educational curriculum as a panacea to reduce unemployment, stimulate production, and boost economic activity among young people. Oba Hyacinth reports that the position came to the fore during the maiden exhibition by graduating students of the Fine and Applied Arts Department, University of Calabar.
Universities in Nigeria have continued to churn out fresh graduates annually without commensurate employment opportunity, a challenge the Vice Chancellor of University of Calabar, Professor Florence Obi, and other stakeholders say can be remedied through exploration of the creative industry like arts.
I'm very, very impressed, especially that this is the first set of graduates from Fine and Applied Arts. And it goes to tell a story that so much has gone in here. And if I were to buy them, I'm sure they'll be telling me 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. But if you were to go out, these things will be income spinner to the students. Today we are talking of unemployability of our students. Let government come and see that we have students that need no government employment. All they need is encouragement, they need support, financial support to be on their own.
What you see is a physical evidence of your thought process, what is happening inside you. The one you see visually is the representation of your intangible thoughts. If you want to think about an eagle, for instance, you first of all form the eagle in your head when the wings are going to be flapping and all that, before you now know how to render it into visual form.
Art is the area where the Nigerian person has a comparative advantage. If you talk about even the instruments you're using to cover me here, to do a coverage of this, they are all imported. But here you're speaking from an angle of authority. It's a place where we have comparative advantage. So it is a hot cake for foreign investors.
Head of Department, Fine and Applied Art, Professor Victor Ekoma says, artwork tells the story of the African culture and heritage better, commending the students for their creativity.
Works you see here are products of works from each of these various areas of specialization by the students, tutored by the lecturers. Right now, I am proud that some of them were able to sustain the tempo and have graduated.
Our fashion designs with fabrics, there are knitted works here. There are also works that have been done with hand beading. There are works that have been crocheted too. So there are works that they are tie-dye and there are also batik works here too.
Sculptor, I believe in appropriating mediums and creating space for new medium explorations, and that brought my ideation towards exploring coconut shells as a new medium. Of course, what you see here, I looked at yesterday in Africa, that objects of value like coconut shells shouldn't be discarded after use, just as they are. So you could put them to use by exploring them, and also part of my idea is to ensure that we break out of the conventional medium to a new medium.
The art exhibition is meant to showcase creativity in fashion design, painting, sculpture, ceramics, and photographic, a reflection of present situation or events of the past, or for aesthetic purposes by the first graduating students of the department. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, Nta News.
Creation of direct and indirect jobs and several other opportunities which have been lying dormant abound in the blue economy. Also, listing of Calabar Port as a destination port, creating a destination fishing terminal, utilizing the Calabar Free Trade Zone and Tinapa, as well as dredging of the Calabar Port with all key industry players fulfilling their responsibilities are some factors identified towards ensuring the viability of the port for economic growth. Paul Abel completes the story.
Creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to tap into the sustainable use of ocean and coastal resources for economic growth. The ocean economy supports 90% of global trade and provides millions of jobs, which include shipping, tourism, and offshore energy valued at several trillions of dollars. Stakeholders applaud the new policy of the federal government by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the blue economy, as it will help diversify the nation's economy, give opportunities to lots of persons and professionals excluded in the export and import process, which will boost the economy of the nation.
With the resurgence of what is now being called the blue economy, then there are several areas that have potential. Now, like I initially explained, the blue economy or the maritime sector ties back to trade. Now, whether it is trade in manufactured goods, trade in primary agricultural produce, trade in solid minerals, trade in anything, petroleum product, it's still trade. Today, Nigeria sells its oil on a free on board basis, which is FOB, which means that we sell our oil at our point of discharge. You are shortchanging your insurance industry, you are shortchanging your maritime sector, you are shortchanging your capacity building in terms of the development of seamen, you are shortchanging you are shortchanging something like 60% of your potential economy. Okay, because you just do the free FOB. Okay, so these are the things, these are the potentials that exist. That, as they say, Nigeria has been leaving that money on the table.
I am one of the persons that is super excited about this development, because it's like over the years we have been so ignorant, about the profits that is connected to the sea. So all our concern had been on oil and gas, and we neglect other sector of economy that can provide both jobs, and also support families, because a lot of people that works in the shop, in the port, both skilled and unskilled workers, they make their ends meet in the port. So the blue economy, project of the Mr. President is a welcome development.
The Calabar port, regarded as the oldest in the country, needs policies and strategies from government at the federal and state levels, which has already commenced, and input of other stakeholders to boost traffic and ensure optimal performance.
The second project I'm working on, the Calabar and Gulf of Guinea, is currently has written formally to the government of Equatorial Guinea to set up a transshipment hub in the port of Malabo. The port of Malabo is a Central African port, but it's only 6 hours away from Calabar. So it's the nearest Central African port to Calabar. So, and it's a destination port. So it's very possible that with an agreement with the government of Equatorial Guinea, we can have a transshipment hub in Malabo that you can then stem cargo Malabo/Calabar, and it goes into that terminal, and then we pick from there and bring to Calabar Port. So Calabar Port then becomes indirectly on the list of destination ports.
But it's quite unfortunate, because our situation has always been on the dredging, which is limiting the activities in the port. And at the moment, I think the port manager is doing something about it, and the state government also is also interested to see how they can, make the port viable by, reaching out to the federal government to make sure that the port is dredged, and, also coordinating, with the global communities to make sure that we have traffic in the port.
It is expected that if the measures are sustained, it will help in the growth of the sector. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owaneno, has extended his heartfelt congratulations to Elizabeth Oshoba for becoming the first Nigerian female boxer to clinch a world title. In a statement by the special advisor to the minister, Diana Mary Nsan, the historic feat took place during the World Boxing Council Silver Female Featherweight bout, where Oshoba secured victory in the 10th round against Italy's Michela Braga. Senator Eno expressed his admiration for Oshoba's dedication, skills, determination, stating that Oshoba's victory is a testament to the resilience and talents that Nigerian athletes possess. And that's all on the news. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time.